5 laps. Raikkonen down to 4th then. Coulthard still struggling around on dry tyres. Don't ask me why. There are 3 people retired at the moment. Webber took a bite out of the wall when he was on dry tyres on a wet track. Same happened to Ralf Schumacher, and Barrichello unceremoniously dumped out in turn 2 by Montoya. Montoya was penalised. We don't know if it was because of that or a breach of the yellow flag rules, but nonetheless he had to do a drive-through. So he's been through the pits 3 times today, Montoya. He's slow and he's on the wrong tyres.
I think they did tell us it was for causing an avoidable incident, but he's been involved in so much this afternoon. He'll have an awful lot to reflect on, and he's got plenty to reflect on now. He's staring at the rear wing of his main rival, Michael Schumacher, and he knows that he is a whole lap down on him. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to rescue this position, but you can see there does appear to be something of a drying line coming up, and 1 or 2 of the Michelin runners looking for the, as Raikkonen puts a lap on Montoya as well, 1 or 2 of the Michelin runners looking for the wet stuff to keep the tyres nice and cool.
Now remember, Montoya went for a low downforce setup. Oh, and there is the Toyota then of Panis, isn't it? In the wall. Panis was 13th. He's dropped it, and he will retire from the Grand Prix surely from that. Be a broken rear wing at best. And where is that? Is that down at the braking zone into turn 8? Let's have a look. I think it. Yes, it is. No, it's in the hairpin, isn't it? Of 9. That's a curious place to fall off so fast. Louise is with Ralf Schumacher. It's a curious accident too.
Ralf, very tricky conditions out there. Obviously, that's what caught you out.
Yeah, just wrong decision to stay a lap longer because the rain was so heavy. I tried to ask to the pits, but there was a totally misunderstanding between the 2 of us, basically. So that's why I stayed out, and it's fun.
We understand that your teammate is on the full wet tyres at the moment. If you were out there now, what would you be on?
Yeah, I'd be on the full wet as well. I mean, it's wet enough. I mean, it's very difficult conditions for all of us out there, but wet is definitely the right one at the moment.
Looks like the weather's playing into the hands of the Bridgestone runners, though.
It looks like it. I mean, Michael's going forward, as I understood. Good for them, bad luck for us.
Thanks, Ralf.
Jenson Button leads still by 5.3 seconds then. Michael Schumacher just 8.8 behind him. Raikkonen beginning to get up to speed again now, but he's on the wet tyre. He'll have to come in at some point. He'll be hoping soon there is a dry line appearing. He can start making hay again. Alonso 6th, Alonso 5th, Heidfeld 6th. Wilson still up there in 7th, Trulli 8th, Fisichella 9th. Fisichella in the Jordan trundling around nicely. Montoya 10th, but going very slowly.
And Michael Schumacher is now just 7 seconds behind race leader Jenson Button. He's closing him down at around about 1.5 seconds a lap at the moment. Button leads Frentzen by 5.4 seconds, and one of the 2 McLarens is off. It's Coulthard back onto the racetrack. Coulthard down in 12th place at the moment, with Montoya in 10th place. So as I say, Button leads Frentzen, Michael Schumacher 3rd, Raikkonen 4th, Alonso 5th, 6th is Nick Heidfeld, and then we're expecting Justin Wilson in the Jaguar to come through in 7th place. He's 8 seconds behind the Sauber of Nick Heidfeld, and Justin Wilson is having a tremendous afternoon for Jaguar.
Go and put some wets on it, DC, for goodness sake. It's 15, 16 seconds a lap slow. It costs 31 seconds to pit. It's never a good decision to be on the wrong tyres for more than a lap, and indeed, finally, he gives up to the inevitable. If it had dried out quickly, he'd have looked a megastar with that decision. 0 it's always the way with these decisions from the cockpit, presumably talking to the pit wall. Who knows? Ted is down there.
No, Martin, they're putting on slicks again. Unbelievable. They came out with wet tyres, got a late call from the pit wall because it is starting to dry up now, and have put slicks back on. Incredible. Is this going to work? What a gamble by McLaren.
Meanwhile, look at Michael Schumacher trying to get past Heinz-Harald Frentzen. This is a battle for position on the racetrack. It might seem a bit unusual to see a Ferrari battling with a Sauber for a podium position, but that is the situation here at Indianapolis this afternoon. Both of these cars using the Bridgestone tyres, and Schumacher very anxious to get past Frentzen. Well, we heard Ted saying that the rain is dying out. Certainly at the moment, looking out of the commentary box window, I can't see too much rain. There's a stiff breeze here at Indianapolis. It's drying the track up as Schumacher thinks again.
Schumacher in the slipstream. This is for position. There'll be no blue flags waving as they were in Monza, and well, that was very easy, wasn't it? Frentzen then, and Michael getting himself well out of shape. Will Frentzen punish him for that? Unlikely, given the way he led him through in the first place. But Michael then up into second place.
That was extraordinary how easy it was for Michael Schumacher to get past that Sauber into that corner. Very unusual. Anyway, Jenson Button leads still here at Indianapolis on lap 33. Frentzen down to third place. Michael Schumacher is now just 5 seconds behind the race leader. Raikkonen fourth, Alonso fifth, Heidfeld in sixth.